You know, when I watch a show, for some reason, I get a little ticked off. For some reason, and I don't know the reason why. And it's not because the show itself. The show is beautiful. The show is fabulous. I love it. And it's more on episode 2. That because I also read the manga. But the reason that ticks me off about this is not the show itself, but is when you look at other shows. When you look at other shows, mainly the norm shows that are made within anime, the ones with the high school life, the typical main character, and everyone acts like an idiot, even the smart people. And even if it's not comedy, if it's shoujo or shonen or slice of life, these characters never seem to have much common sense as the ones that have in this show right now. And that's what takes me off. It takes me off that there's a possibility of good writing in anime industry, manga industry, any industry. It just takes people who actually put in some actual effort instead of trying to copy someone else. You could have some really good stuff out there. If people try that more, then yet again, we'll be able to separate the gems from the trash. Understandable. Now, without further ado, let's get into the review of The Promise Neverland. I call this video Fake Smiles because, let's face it, after going through a situation like that from last episode, you're going to have to pretend like nothing happened. I hate to say it, but that's the truth. You're in a house full of tons of intelligent people, down to its dumbest link, or you can call them dumb, down to the normal youngest child is extremely intelligent. And of course, the mom, the guardian of the house, is probably the smartest. Not just because how long she lived, but because of her experience. So if someone like that around, you're going to have to play a lot of mind games. I mean a lot of mind games. Like every day is going to be a battlefield of the minds. To see who can out-psych who can out-trick, outsmart who in these kind of scenarios. And the intensity, the tension, the suspense, and the show alone can just can drive you wild. Because you really don't know what's going to happen. Out of nowhere, they could be talking, someone could be eavesdropping, there could be traitors, whatever. Anything could be happening within this show. And that's why I like the show so much, man. It's really, really good. And I'm glad that it's been a while since we had a good suspense anime, let alone coming out Shonen Jump itself. That in itself is a blessing. Like, we haven't something like this since freaking Death Note, for God's sakes. And hopefully this will end better than Death Note, hopefully. Let's face it. Much as I like Death Note, the way it ended was, it was better if the fight continued with L and Light, but that's a story for another day. Let's continue talking about Promise Neverland. With that being said, with the mind games, having to put on a smile so mom can't notice, you know what she knows. She knows someone out here has went to the gates and saw what happened because the bunny that Connie had was left behind. With that being said, she has to play who was up to it. Being a smart woman she is, she will probably believe it was someone that was older that would have done it. So of course, the bigger ones would be probably Emma and Norman. Emma by being the curious one, by going out on her own, while Norman being one to be more worried about Emma and following her behind. Ray, however, is a guy that likes to sit at home and has nothing to do with him. That's none of his business. So Ray and me, we understand each other. We're people that choose the smart path over the right path, unfortunately. And that can lead you on the bad side of the fence sometimes. That being said, they need to find out more about their situation. So far, all they know is that it's determined by your IQ, your intelligence, whether or not you are selected in order to become. And it happens every so often, every couple of months. A child is picked to be adopted, but really they're being served up by the highest bidder for food. So how do they choose? Who do they choose? How do they pick them? That is more than likely by your intelligence, your IQ. The children take tests on an average basis. And because of that, they are decided who has more value than the other. And because of that, usually they would try to buy the highest ones, but not in this kind of case. You want to say, I'm trying to carefully pick my words here, because for an intelligent show as this, it requires an intelligent explanation. Jokes aside. But seriously though, I believe, as they said in the show, it's the ages from 6 to 12. Now, from 6 to 12, by testing, I believe the ones with the highest potential of being the smartest person, they like to save them for last, or for someone who will pay an even higher bidder than that. Is what I believe. So, out of the ordinary, they'll send out regular shipments, people like Connie and somebody else who isn't that intelligent, but they're still smart nonetheless, but they just scored the lowest, so they'll just sit them out like a daily basis until they have a special client that comes in, and then they'll pick someone like Emma or Ray or even Norman, so they'll have a nice fine meal. But for these to be demons, it's weird that they're more focused on intelligent brains, nonetheless, than as children. So the question is, why is it only children then? Once you get smarter as you get older as well, probably in your teenage years, that's probably to do with puberty, probably adolescence. They don't want no one who's went through puberty to eat, I guess. They want an innocent body to devour. That could be an explanation. Or they could have had a deal that has been made, so they'll only stay as children in the end. So we'll probably figure out more as we dig deeper into the show. Now, the next question is something that when Ray found out, Ray easily accepted what's going on, not because of Emma, but because of Norman. Norman's the type of dude who usually doesn't play around or joke, so of course Ray would believe Norman over Emma. He brought out some very interesting perspectives. Okay, say you do escape this place, and you somehow bring everyone with you. What to say is more dangerous out there than it is in here. Sure, you're being picked off to die one by one, but you're still in a nice, safe, and lovable environment. But however, your chances out there are probably even worse. But then again, you could relate this to real life. You can spend your entire life indoors. You even have an inside job and everything, and you can have things delivered to you. You never have to leave outside your house ever again, unless you go and check your mail or pick up a package, or for certain other necessities. And yes, it is dangerous out there, but it's a life worth living. It's that human drive that makes people want to go outside in the first place. So of course, they're going to want to go outside. But those go back to the question, whether or not how safe it is on the outside. So all you know is that you're being purchased by demons on a certain of every point of the month. So because of that, that's all you know. You don't know what's going on outside. You don't know if humans rule the outside world. You don't know if demons rule the outside world. All you know is what you saw at the gate. And just by that hint alone, they need to put more information, gather more information, whether or not they should really escape or do something else. And if they do escape, who to say who will be after them, who will be chasing them. These kind of things take a lot of thought put into it. You can't just run away from home. You need a plan in order for things to be perfectly executed. And of course, you also got to go with the notion that not everything will go your way when you do escape. Things can happen. So, back to the other thing of saving everyone, Emma suffers from the main protagonist syndrome, where they have to save everyone in front of them. I'm looking at you, Emma. They just have to save everyone. And because of that, it's going to be even more difficult, because some of the children, despite how smart they are, aren't all the way physically adapted to the environments, especially outside. When you're raised like cattle, raised like sheep, you're not a wild animal. So when you do go outside, you're not going to know what to do. You're not going to be able to adapt because you were so fixated on this daily routine. And when you're outside in the wild, you have to constantly learn to adapt, constantly look over your shoulder, find some way to survive. So because of that, it's going to be even more difficult for the younger kids to go outside. When you're older, you'll learn to adapt. But when you're younger, not really, despite how intelligent these children are. And I will never stop talking about that, because you have to remember, no one in this show is dumb. No one. Everyone is smart. So you really gotta be careful what you say and do around the area. You don't know who could be a spy and who could just accidentally spill the beans. You don't know. But despite that fact, they still got the courage enough to let's just try. Let's try to save everybody, which I guess if you did love everybody there and you were a selfless human being, you would try to save everybody. So, excusable. And however, things seem to got worse because at the last moments, we got a new guest. Not only they got a new child, looks just like freaking Emma. When you look at it, looks like a baby Emma. But they also got a new person, a new sister. Her name is Crone. Oh my god. Right when things could get worse, now they have two sets of eyes. Mama has another set of ears and eyes to track over them. And speaking of Mama, the fact that she was able to go through this entire episode without smiling, without releasing any sense of emotion, is probably because she's probably done it so many times. She's already used to it. So no matter what you say to her, she will be able to cover and bury her emotions, or she probably don't even care at all anymore at this point. We don't know. That being said, there's also a possibility that she also has the ability to also track everyone. She's constantly looking at her watch or her pocket thingy, whatever the hell that thing is. And she's, every time someone's missing, for this episode, she'll look at it and not even worry. So, don't worry, I'll find her. And she comes back and she easily finds them. So she probably knows where everyone is at all times. So there's a possibility that they have trackers on them somewhere on their bodies. So what they need to find out is gather more information about the trackers and more information about the outside world. Now, with this new person, Crone, coming in, she could be an enemy, she could be an ally. We don't know. So far as we know is that things don't seem so good for our trio right now. And I gotta say, this is definitely looking up to be already contender of anime of the year. And I know I said that last video, and I'm gonna say it again. Because it's been a while we had an anime like this. It's been a while since we had suspense, a thriller, and some very intelligent children as well, nonetheless. So yeah, I'm excited for Promised Neverland, man. It's definitely gonna be one of my best this year. I'm not gonna take that back neither. So anyways, if you enjoyed this video and you're enjoying Promised Neverland, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you get notified every time I upload. Madcrownxox, sign out.